US President Donald Trump threatened to arrest, deport, and take over the city of New York if Zohran Mamdani, a Democrat, won the mayoral race. Guess what? New York polls suggest the city is well on its way to elect Mamdani as its first Muslim mayor.
The Mamdani thing is it's a disaster waiting to happen.
Whether Trump follows up on his threats, including the one about withholding federal funds from New York, remains to be seen. What's becoming increasingly apparent is that Mamdani's campaign slogan has resonated very well with the residents of New York. Zohran Mamdani's campaign slogan, "A city we can afford," has his message: fix the cost of living by taxing the ultra-rich and reinvesting in the ordinary New Yorkers. A New York City under Mamdani may see radical reforms to make living much more affordable. The factual core of his agenda includes free city buses, universal childcare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years, city-owned non-profit grocery stores aimed at lowering food costs, and a rent freeze on rent-stabilized apartments. This is where it gets interesting. To fund these massive social programs, Mamdani proposes a 2-point income tax hike on the wealthiest 1%, those are earners over $1 million, and an increase in the corporate tax rate. The most immediate speculation already playing out is the Mamdani effect, where wealthy New Yorkers, anticipating the tax and housing policy shifts, have reportedly sparked bidding wars in luxury suburban house markets across Westchester and New Jersey. Supporters call this visionary and critics call it fantasy. Former Mayor Eric Adams warned that Mamdani's agenda would bankrupt the city. And there's a practical snag. The city cannot unilaterally raise income taxes. That requires state approval, meaning much of this fiscal division depends on Albany's cooperation. But as we know, President Donald Trump called Mamdani a 100% communist lunatic, threatening to withhold federal funds from New York if he's elected. In an interview, Trump said if Mamdani wins, it's going to be hard for him as the president to give a lot of money to New York. He doubled down as the race wrapped up on Monday, posting on social media that it would be highly unlikely that he will be contributing federal funds other than the very minimum as required. Republican lawmakers and some centrist Democrats have labeled him too far left to lead America's biggest city, warning that his proposal would bankrupt New York. Others have accused him of being anti-Israel or sympathetic to extremist rhetoric after he declined to condemn the phrase "globalize the Intifada," sparking rebukes from Jewish groups. At the same time, Mamdani's campaign has been flooded with Islamophobic attacks, online smears dubbing him a jihadist, and even calls from far-right activists to strip his citizenship. For his supporters, that hostility only proves the point that a brown Muslim working-class aligned candidate can shake up a system long dominated by white, wealthy power brokers. If you're enjoying this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so we can keep producing similar content for you. Now, Mamdani's path to City Hall does not look like anyone else's. Born in Uganda, raised in New York, he's the son of filmmaker Mira Nair and scholar Mahmoud Mamdani. The 34-year-old launched a grassroots campaign in Astoria, Queens, winning a state assembly seat back in 2020. Since then, he's become one of the most prominent faces of New York's democratic socialist movement, alongside Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, championing tenants' rights, free transit, and progressive taxation. If elected, Mamdani would be New York City's first Muslim and first Indian American mayor. Unlike most New York politicians, he does not shy away from religion or identity. He centers them. He talks about facing Islamophobia, about what it means to pray in the city he hopes to run, about immigrant belonging. Imagine the possibility of this while Trump has let ICE loose. And he campaigns everywhere. Clubs, he's there. Halloween on the streets, he's there. From union halls to TikTok live streams to late-night Queens bodegas, Mamdani's omnipresence has become a signature. His team calls it showing up where people actually are. The authenticity, or to critics, the calculated populism, has made him a magnet for the politically disenchanted. Already, he has been able to pull out dramatic number of voters. More than 735,000 votes were cast during the city's 9 days of early in-person voting. This is more than 4 times the number of ballots cast during the 2021 election, the only other mayor's race to allow early voting. Analysts are quick to warn, though, energy doesn't always equal turnout. For all the noise, this race isn't just about Mamdani. It's about what kind of city New York wants to be. Is it still the pragmatic, business-driven metropolis of Bloomberg and Adams? Or is it ready to gamble on a democratic socialist who thinks there shouldn't be billionaires as it prohibits equal distribution of wealth? Mamdani's rise reveals a city torn between two moods: exhaustion with the status quo and anxiety about what change might cost. Analysts say, win or lose, Mamdani has already redrawn the map. New York politics will never look the same again.